Welcome to Husker Storm Video Blog. This week we're going to look at the next week, which is week 4 of college football. Last week, week 3 was a tough week for me in terms of predictions. I was 8-7, and this week should be a little easier. Not going to choose as tough games. I mean, there's not as much tough games to choose. There's some good games this week. Definitely not a good game as Oklahoma Florida State, but let's get started on these predictions. I'm 25-9 overall. So we got Oklahoma, Missouri. Last year, Missouri went to Oklahoma, and they pulled out the win over the number 1 team. This time, it's Oklahoma's number 1 again, except Missouri's going to Oklahoma. I've got Landry Jones and Ryan Broyles taking this one. They've been really sharp offensively, and their defense is much improved from last year. They're going to win this one pretty easily, 34-16. So not an upset here, and Oklahoma's going to wait a while until they lose. LSU, West Virginia. Last year it was a good game. LSU was at home, and this time Dana Holgerson's offense is going to be much improved than last year's. So expect this to be a tight game, but I just don't see West Virginia's speed really working against a very fast defense and the best defense in the country. So LSU's going to take this one 37-24. Now we're going to look at Arkansas, Alabama. Last year, Alabama traveled to Arkansas. Arkansas was winning at halftime, I believe, and Alabama came back in the fourth quarter. Ryan Mallett made a lot of mistakes, threw some interceptions. This year, it's Tyler Wilson leading the squad, so I think they're going to need to rely on their run. It's going to be tough because Alabama's only on 65 yards a game, but Alabama's offense isn't as good, so I think Alabama's going to win this one 30-17. Trent Richardson's going to have a huge day. Tulsa at Boise State. Last week, Tulsa played Oklahoma State at home, and it was a high-scoring game. Tulsa's got a good offense, but Boise State's defense is just so good. Boise State's going to take this one 56-24, but Tulsa's going to score, and Kellen Moore's going to continue his Heisman year like he's had for the past 2 years. So Boise State wins again, of course. And Oklahoma State at Texas A&M. Last year, Oklahoma State won at home against Texas A&M, a winning field goal. This year's going to be a lot tougher. Ryan Tannehill's a much better quarterback, and Oklahoma State's offense is much better, I believe, too. Texas A&M's got a good defense. Oklahoma State has a decent defense. For what they do a good job. But Oklahoma State's going to take this one 34-27. It might be even more high scoring. It could be low scoring, but I think Oklahoma State's going to win this. They're my Big 12 winner, so they're going to win this one, of course. Florida State at Clemson. Florida State last week lost at home to the best team in the country, Oklahoma. EJ Manuel got injured. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's going to be playing this game. Clemson's got a quick offense, but I don't see them upsetting Florida State here. It's going to be a good game, no question. But Florida State's going to take this one 27-20. And Clemson's got a future, especially with their recruiting class from last year. Oregon at Arizona. Well, last week, Arizona held with Stanford for the first half, but they didn't score for the second half, and that doesn't help when Andrew Luck puts up 37 on you. I predicted that game as a 37-13 or 38-13. It was 37-10. So I was slightly wrong at that, but Oregon offense is getting to a groove. They're going to win this one 52-38. Nick Foles is going to have a nice day, though, and so is Michael James. Watch out, Mike Stoops. Your career coaching at U of A might be over. USC, ASU. ASU went into Illinois and lost last week. I thought they were going to win. The closer I got to the game, I had so much questions, and I was wrong. Illinois looked good, and USC's got to go to ASU. USC's 3-0, but ASU's going to take this one. They're going to rely on that defense. It's going to look good. The offense is going to look better. Just not enough depth at USC. 28-17 Devils. So North Carolina at Georgia Tech. Both of these teams, they snuck in the coaches poll somehow. Illinois got a victory versus a ranked team, and they still didn't sneak in it, but these two teams did. Whatever. Georgia Tech's got a good triple option. It's working good. UNC recovering from all the players they lost last year, but they look decent in the games they've played so far. Georgia Tech's going to run that triple option and pick up some yards. I say 250, possibly more. 45-31 on the ground. Georgia Tech wins. Nebraska, Wyoming. Last week, Nebraska won against Washington. It was 51-38. The defense looked good in the third quarter. They shut them out. A couple of 3-and-outs. A good job of stopping them in the red zone, I believe. And then it came to the fourth quarter, and they allowed 21 points in like a span of 5 minutes. The offense looked good. The offensive line was impressive. There's no question that improved big time. Taylor Martinez had a nice huge pass to start the game. Third down conversions on both sides of the ball need to change. They were 3 for 12 offensively, and defensively they've shut down teams on the first couple plays. And then when it comes to a pass, Andrew Green's been getting burned all day. We'll see Denard in this one. I don't know about Jared Crick, but Nebraska should go out here and utilize a passing game, I think, here, get those kinks out, and take this one 55-13, because if they allow more points than 13, something's wrong. Freshman quarterback, Wyoming. So now we got the teams that need to look out. That's going to be Florida. They're playing Kentucky. They got Alabama last week. Don't overlook Kentucky. You're at Kentucky. You got a good, quick offense. You should win this one. South Carolina, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt out South Carolina. South Carolina has looked awful in all 3 games this year offensively, besides Marcus Lattimore. Their defense has struggled, but they've created turnovers. But Vanderbilt's not the same Vanderbilt for the past. Michigan, this game is not just intriguing because it's Brady Hoke's old team in San Diego State, but San Diego State has got a Heisman potential winner, Ronnie Hillman, and this kid's going to be a good one. Ohio State, Colorado. They lost to Miami last year. Watch out, Colorado's not very good, but your offense has no punch. Cal at Washington. Washington's going to win this one. Cal just doesn't play good on the road, and Washington's pretty good this year. Virginia Tech at Marshall. Virginia Tech has looked slow in a lot of their games. ECU and Arkansas State the last couple of weeks. Can't come out slow at Marshall, so they should win that one, but watch out. So teams falling in the top 25, West Virginia, Clemson, USC, Texas A&M, and Arkansas. West Virginia's probably not going to fall out. They don't deserve to. USC will fall out. Clemson will fall out. Texas A&M will probably drop back to around 13, 14. Arkansas will probably drop down to around 19, 20. And we'll do our Week 4 assessment next week and talk about Nebraska going to Camp Randall. It's going to be a great game. Game day should be there from ESPN, and that's right there is going to show who's probably going to win the Big Ten. It could be the Big Ten championship rematch potentially in December. So we'll do that when we look at the Week 4 assessment, get each conference, and also look at realignment. Thanks.